Hi, and thank you for joining us for the EcoSmart online exclusive DIY tutorial. Today, we're going to be making a wall holder out of plastic bottles. So what you're gonna wanna do is first figure out what your holder is gonna be used for. Ours is gonna be for cell phones. So you take your clean plastic bottle that has no handle, and you're really gonna wanna wash it out and get any labels off it, which we've already done. Take your cell phone and set it on the bottle. This is really just so you can measure it.
Okay.
So once you know about where it's gonna fall in your bottle, you're gonna wanna take a marker and wherever you're comfortable with, draw a line across. I'm doing about 1/4 of the way down the cell phone so I can still grab it out fairly easy.
Okay.
So, and then we're just gonna go in and fill that across.
Got it.
So that's gonna be the front of our bottle.
Okay.
Then we're gonna kind of slightly angle and swerve it up like that. So do that on both sides. Try and get it close, but you don't have to be exact. And then when you get to the back of it, yeah, just keep going, make that loop up, and that'll be the top of your holder.
All right, cool.
So then once you have the line on the back of it, you're gonna wanna draw your square that will be the hole for your holder. And really whatever size you're comfortable with, if you're using doorknobs to hang it on, you might wanna measure with that. If you're just gonna use it to put over a wall charger to plug in, you could do that. But really, it's just a guesstimate. Next step is going to be to cut our bottles. So you can use a box cutter, you can use scissors. If you really wanna use shears, you can get exciting and do that. And then we're gonna take a step and do that. So grab whatever kind of instrument you're comfortable with and start going. So what we're gonna do now is grab our sandpaper.
Okay.
And we're just gonna go along and sand these edges a little bit. You already went ahead and snipped any extra pieces, which is good, so I might need to clean up in just a few spots. But you're just gonna wanna sand them down a little bit to make it smooth.
Okay. Now, are we sanding the inside square as well?
Yes,
Okay.
do the square as well. Just for good measure.
Yeah.
All good there?
All good.
All right, we can just set that off to the side then as well. And this step is where we're going to make it look less like a bottle and a little prettier with our fabric.
Nice.
So you use Mod Podge, and then you take a brush, and you're gonna wanna apply a healthy dose of this just on the front and just on the outside. We're not gonna be decorating the inside. That. There we go. Feels like a healthy dose on there. So, and then we're using fabric to decorate ours. So we're gonna wanna take our fabric, which we pre-cut ahead of time, and the side that's gonna be showing to the world when you're finished, put that down. So you're looking at the back side of your fabric. And then you take your bottle and set it almost towards the bottom. So you have an idea, flip it around, and you're gonna wanna lay it Mod Podge side down, because your seam then for your fabric is gonna go along the back side.
Okay.
So up about 1 centimeter or so from the bottom, because that'll wrap for us. There we go. And put it down there. And then from here, you're gonna take the Mod Podge and you're gonna do your sides. And fold it up, and you can do your back, and fold it on, and that'll be getting the fabric on. And now I have like all this extra fabric up here, and I had wanted to make sure I had enough on the bottom so I hadn't cut that ahead of time. But now I'm just gonna go and find about where my handle tip is and give it a little trim. I'm not gonna get too close to it just in case I wanna fold over, but that'll just make it easier for me to work with. So once you've done that, you'll see that we still have this bottom portion here.
Yep.
And you're gonna wanna cut kind of an oval of fabric, which we went ahead and did ahead of time. You're gonna put the Mod Podge on there, fold over the lap
Okay.
of the extra fabric, and then lay that right on top of it. So it'll make a nice clean bottom for your holder. So, and once you've gotten there, this is where the weighting comes in. You want to hang it up on something and leave it to dry.
Perfect.
Perfect. Once it hardens, this is what you end up with.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes, and we've trimmed down the fabric just right along the edges that we cut ahead of time.
Nice.
But you still have this piece in the middle here for your hole. So because you cut your hole ahead of time, you have a good guide. You're gonna wanna grab your box cutter again.
Okay.
And very carefully just find that line and cut your fabric out. So you go through, get all that done. The fabric's actually a lot easier to cut through than the plastic.
Right.
So that works out well.
Absolutely.
And that's what you end up with. Thank you again for joining us for this EcoSmart online exclusive DIY tutorial. We'd love to hear some of your ideas for repurposing regular household products. Leave them in the comments below. And thanks again for watching.